I have another book at home, this thing. We've heard all about these, someone gave this to me. It's all about the blood moons. We've heard a lot about this. We're right in the midst of it, and so everyone's hot about these blood moons. Okay. But you and I have been talking about this. It's a misinterpretation. Can you explain what that's all about?
Okay. First of all, this connotation of 4 blood moons it's a man-made invention. Blood moons in the scripture are referring to an atmospheric event when not only the moon turns to blood, the sun is darkened and the stars are darkened. When you read the context, it is war. But that does not negate the significance of these lunar eclipses. They're not blood moons, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So do not equate them with what the scripture speaks of, a blood moon. These are the signs in the heavens, and they are, ladies and gentlemen, Aviv 1 this year, the biblical calendar, Nisan 1, the Pharisee calendar, April 1 on the pagan calendar, also, no, the Roman calendar, what the Christians have been using. They all occurred at the same time. And that means what we're going to see is at Passover this year will be a lunar eclipse. That means if it weren't for the postponements that's happening in the 7th month in order to not have Yom Kippur on a Sunday, but moving it back to a day, to the 9th day of the month, then that would be correct, and Sukkot would also start at the same time. But because the rabbinic calendar has these false postponements invented by the rabbis literally hundreds of years after the modern calculated calendar was put in place, because it took several hundred years in order for the modern Jewish calendar to finally be finalized because of doing different things for convenience. But ladies and gentlemen, this year we are going to see at Passover and Sukkot, we're going to see lunar eclipses. Next year, Passover and Sukkot, lunar eclipses. What do these things mean? Ladies and gentlemen, the problem is that the Almighty put these things and let them be for signs and for seasons, for days and for years. But the signs in the heavens of these lunar eclipses, we've already been given the detail years in advance. And this is where you find them. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, in the mystery of iniquity, every single copy of the mystery of iniquity, which details the legal prerequisites to the return of the Messiah, and no, Jesus is not coming back on the false blood moon or a lunar eclipse. Has nothing to do with these are signs in the heavens. These are warnings that these times are at hand. And what's in the back? Zechariah's thermonuclear war. Now, Zechariah's thermonuclear war, that revelation came from heaven, and it happened in the very year that we started the day we started Last Great Day productions in Israel. The very next day we were out in the desert filming Sodom and Gomorrah. But that revelation is on DVD, ladies and gentlemen. So you don't have to go by guesswork. The Almighty has already told what's going to happen. There is going to be nuclear war. It's been thoroughly detailed by the prophets, and you have got to get the mystery of iniquity. Get the video, Zechariah's thermonuclear war. I further detail, because of the revelation that came concerning the Sinai connection, Israel's ancient title deed to the land. Israel has the property markers, the imprint, the chiseled imprint of their sandaled feet, and it's detailed in this 4.5-hour video where oil field engineers, Jim and Penny Caldwell and their family, for years was in the Sinai Peninsula. This is where you get all the video of Mount Sinai. Not just the little half hour with the snippets, 4.5 hours that detail Israel's title, their claim to the land from the Euphrates to the Nile. It's all here. This is what the Almighty has already made known. These lunar eclipses that are happening are just people, latecomers are finally waking up. As a matter of fact, people that used to attend my seminars and learn about this, now they're writing books about blood moons. I'm trying to get to these people and say, accurately represent the scriptures. It's not blood moons, they're lunar eclipses. Now, you want to know where it really comes down? 2008, this is at the Feast of Trumpets when I was praying. What do I share at the Feast of Trumpets? I'm doing it in the tallest building in the one city, the highest concentration of Muslim population in America, Detroit, Michigan. I'm doing in the highest building, and Ramadan and Yom Teruah coincide on that very day, and I hear a word from heaven. Balaam, teach Balaam. I go to Balaam. Balaam, the whole detail in the book of Numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, that is when I saw it for the first time. Balaam is taken up by Balak with all the nations assembled together on 3 mountain peaks, 3 United Nations summits. Balaam says, construct 7 altars, sacrifice on the 7 altars 7 bullocks and 7 rams, 7, 7, 7, on 3 United Nations mountaintops. Okay? What happens that week? The stock market plummets, and it's over the papers that very week, drops 777 points. 777. This was a prophetic warning to this generation. This thing is going down, ladies and gentlemen. What did we just see? We've got another omen. We've got another, harbinger? What is the Boeing number of the plane that went missing? 777. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to get the video, the beating of Balaam's ass, prophetically speaking. Ladies and gentlemen, the Almighty has already laid these things out to us. This is done by prophecy. It's not by guesswork. It's not from wrong interpretation of the scripture. You want to know what these lunar eclipses are all about? The brimstone is about to hit the fan. Ignore it as you will. Write your books and try to make your money as you will, because, ladies and gentlemen, you wake up to Zechariah's thermonuclear war, the beating of Balaam's ass, prophetically speaking, and the destruction of the economic system of the world, and then you are going to get ready for the revealing of the Ark of the Covenant at the climax of an incredible war that I call Zechariah's thermonuclear war.